Every time there is a terror attack like Baisaran in the Kashmir Valley, the pause button, the future uncertain button is pressed in this part of the country. And those who tend to suffer the most are those whose futures are at stake, the young of Kashmir. Which is why I've invited some of them to the scenic Zero Point Bridge here in Kashmir to talk to them. How are you, all of you? And I'm good to see so many young women also here. Otherwise, it's all very male-dominated in these shows. Good. So I'm going to start with you all. How do you see life after Baisaran? When you hear that tourists are leaving, there could be an Indo-Pak conflict. Does that worry you, trouble you? How do you see it?
Honestly, we feel like we're again at a risk of a potential war, and we don't want it. We have been disconnected from the world too many times to count beforehand, and we don't want it to happen again. Our futures are at stake. We are just normal students. We want a normal life. We don't want to be defined by the conflicts. We don't want to be defined by how we stood in these tough times. We want to be known by our capabilities, by our potentials, by our dreams. We want to be doctors. We are not.
You want to be a doctor?
No, doctors, scientists, engineers, lawyers, everything. We're not just victims of political situations. We are dreamers. We are poets. We want, and we don't want another war. The internet gets cut off, and then we get disconnected from the rest of the world as if nobody even cares that we exist, and we don't want that to happen again. And
every time there's something goes wrong, your internet gets shut down? Is that the first thing that happens?
Yeah.
So that's what you meant when you said you don't want to be disconnected from the world,
rest
right?
of the world, yeah.
So internet shutdowns is one problem you have every time there is any problem. What else troubles you?
We're often seen as terrorists, victims of conflicts that are out of our entirely.
You are seen as a terrorist?
Yeah, if you tell someone that I am a Kashmiri, I am a Muslim, they're not going to see you for the human that you are. They're going to associate so many stereotypes with you, and you're going to have to apologize for things you didn't even have control over. Kashmiris don't want to apologize for things we highly condemn, and we don't want to be stand at the forefront of everything and get blamed for all of it. We had nothing to do with it.
I found a next generation anchor. You speak so well. Very good.
Sir.
Yeah, you're a potential debater of the future, but do you also feel like that every time there is a terror attack, you're being asked to prove your patriotism or loyalty?
Yes.
Do you feel that way? Yes?
Yes, so we have to always prove that we do not associate with the terrorism that is happening in Kashmir. We always have to prove that we actually feel guilt. We feel sad for the lives that were lost. Like they do not think that a Kashmiri can be human, because anybody would condemn what happened in Pahalgam, and this is something which humanity stands for.
Who asked you to prove your loyalty? Somebody asked you out there I mean, you're living here in the Kashmir Valley. How do you feel that you're being asked to prove your loyalty? Is it what you see on the net or in the media that makes you feel that way?
Yes, sir. I've seen a lot of comments. They are telling us you are actually with the terrorist itself.
Where do you see these comments? On Instagram,
Yes,
on
sir.
Facebook?
On Instagram, there are posts going around, and they are with your ideology that we have seen a lot of comments on X itself saying that Kashmir should be treated as Palestine, and it is something that we highly condemn. Like, you are actually, like, where do we draw the line? What is the difference between the terrorists who killed in Pahalgam and those people who think that we should be treated as Palestinians?
Right. Yes, young man.
Rajdeep sir, we feel to the people in India watching us, we are students and we highly condemn what happened. We unequivocally are against terrorism. But Indians, dear Indians, we are citizens of India. Please don't isolate us from your own country, from the country that we call our motherland, for the country that we have a passport of. Please don't take this dignity away from us. Please don't take away democracy from us. Please don't take away secularism for us. Please don't destroy our homes. For those who have left their homes 30 years ago and who have left their families, why does a grandmother need to clean glasses shattered, and 6-year-old girl has her parent downstairs and books lying around when she wants to study and become a doctor? We are not in support of terrorism, but please don't divide us on basis of Hindu and Muslim.
Who is dividing you? Who is dividing you? Is it Instagram? Are you all watching too much of Instagram, I wonder? And Facebook? Is that influencing your lives?
Yeah, I feel like everywhere social media is and it has become an integral part. It is a digital world. We have siblings outside of Kashmir right now, and they are scared for their lives. My brother, he is scared to leave his room in Delhi. We don't want that happening to them. Not when he did not have anything to do with it. He's just a normal human being with dreams to become an engineer. I don't want him to suffer the consequences of something he had nothing to do with.
Okay, this is a young man who picked up my book recently, so he's one of my favorite guys. You picked up my election book. Your name is Moazim, and you're a law student here at Srinagar University. How do you just heard these comments? You've also studied in Delhi. You were at Jamia. Do you feel that in any way targeted after every terror attack?
So I believe what's critical to understand is that Kashmiris, this recent gruesome terror attack in Pahalgam, cutting across political, social, economic, religious lines, every Kashmiri condemned it. Every Kashmiri.
What about the attempt being made to use this attack to try and create a Hindu-Muslim divide? It's not worked.
Yes, it's-
People have stood. It's not worked, but there is always that fear that it could. Yes.
Yes, I think that whoever is doing such attacks wants India to get dismantled because whatever the terror attack happened here, it's not those only 26 lives, innocent lives which suffered, but also the whole Kashmir. We stand with the people of our country. We are so humble, we are so generous. We don't see them as tourists. We see them as our own family members.
Is the fear that if that your economic and social you get economically and socially dislocated every time this happens? The economy goes down, your future you want to do, your dreams are all shattered every time something like this happens. Is there that anger also?
Yeah, it
Enough
always
is enough.
There. It's always there. Every time something happens across India, across anywhere, it's any part of India, I would say, it's always the minority, especially the Muslims, who are at stake. For example, in Kashmir, what happened, even though all the Kashmiri Muslims, the Kashmiri Pandits, every single person, the Kashmiri Sikhs, all of us condemn what happened. We, in our religious books, all the religious book, it teaches us that one who kills a single person is as if he has killed the whole humanity, and one who saves one single life, it's as if he has saved the whole humanity.
But the truth is that 30 years ago, Kashmiri Pandits had to leave. I mean, I presume you have no Kashmiri Pandit friends because most of them have left Kashmir. I mean, how do you respond to those who will turn back the clock and say, remember what happened to Kashmiri Pandits? Why didn't Kashmir stand up for them?
So I think it's also important to realize, given the kind of propaganda that is around us, that Kashmiri Muslims were neither that time comfortable with Kashmiri Pandits leaving, nor they are today. I mean, we have people, we have families, who have been friends with our family since decades ago, and nobody wanted Kashmiri Pandits to leave. We still tell them, it's your place, come back, it's your home. Don't go.
But there is fear. Is there a fear factor that prevents you all from sometimes speaking out? I meet many Kashmiris who say, sir, I don't want to speak out on camera. What is the fear? Is it the fear of the security forces? Is it the fear of militants? Who is the fear? Why?
It's the fear of every single minority right now in India. We are not just Kashmiris. If we look at recently, there was an attack on a person they weren't even Muslim. They were just someone who spoke against the security lapse that happened in Pahalgam. But still, they were detained. This happened in Uttar Pradesh, and this happened 2 days ago. So this is the fear that every Kashmiri has been facing since 2019.
But what's the fear here? Within the valley, what's the fear? Is it that, someone will come, the security forces will check you? What is the fear you all have?
It's always, I would say that every Kashmiri is afraid to speak because it is how they have been programmed since birth. I mean, I as a kid, I remember, I just don't want to be a kid again who is shutting the windows and doors of her house just so the tear gas won't come in and I won't burn, my throat won't burn, I won't be suffocated. And honestly, that is the fear that has been instilled in us. And obviously, any normal human being would be afraid to speak up against anything. And
But there are the images of stone pelting, of youngsters throwing stones at security forces. All these images reinforce, that has changed.
A lot has changed. You can see us.
You all find even this concept of militancy
Everything has
unacceptable.
changed. Yes, everything has changed. We don't
Violence
stand-
is unacceptable of
Violence
any
is
kind.
Extremism is unacceptable.
any kind.
Fanaticism is unacceptable of any kind. It is not a religious terrorism, but when fanaticism and extremism join hands, you find what happened, unfortunately, in Baisaran. And we are against it. We stand united with the people of the country.
If you spoke that in a public place, you think people in Kashmir would support you today?
Yes,
Absolutely.
Yes?
Absolutely.
Yes, if you spoke with in a voice.
every district of Kashmir, in every city of Kashmir, in every gully of Kashmir, people are supporting us when we speak against violence and terrorism because this is not acceptable at any
There is no
point.
fear. Is there a fear though? Many years ago, I used to find a fear factor. Is that fear factor still there?
No, it's not there.
Is it much less?
I would say it's not there anymore, especially in this case. For example, we are here on Zero Beach. If you go from the other gate to the other and ask every single person here, he will unequivocally condemn what happened in Baisaran without a fear of any repercussions or any thing.
If you want to say that if Pakistan is behind Baisaran, there should be tough action against Pakistan. people would have no problem with that anymore.
Yes. No.
Say using the P word, using a P word is not a is not a problem anymore.
Without a second
No,
word.
Without a second thought. Okay, I want to ask you all about your futures. You just mentioned about how you have all these dreams. You dream to be a lawyer
Yeah, that's the plan.
here in Srinagar. Or- Do you believe that your future lies in Srinagar, or would you like to have to go outside Srinagar in a way to make a career?
So I think it's perfectly fine if a person does want to go outside to the other parts of the country, but I believe that you need to also contribute back to your place. So I would stick to it.
And you think the way to do that is to have complete peace, right? Because everybody tells me normalcy. What is definition of normalcy for a Kashmiri?
Normal.
Yes.
Normalcy would be the foundation of your entire being peace. Normalcy won't be forcing resilience on you. Resilience should be a choice. We shouldn't be forced to be resilient ever since we were born. It is.
You should be fear. Your mind should be without fear, right?
Fearless.
As Tagore said, that's your
Exactly.
definition of
Exactly.
normalcy.
We don't-
Is your mind without fear in Kashmir? Are you feeling?
Not really.
not really, you're
Because,
not-
if you, for example, I plan on applying abroad, and if I have to, you always have to tell your story. And if you ask every single Kashmiri student out here to tell their story, they're gonna include that the limitations have not allowed them to be who they actually wanted to be. They have not been given opportunities that the rest of the globe gets. They have not realized their full
So you're
potential.
trapped
And I think
between.
that is very sad. That
But
is
you're
very
trapped
sad.
between terrorism on one side and a overwhelming security presence on the other, right? Which sometimes prevents you from expressing yourself with the freedom that you might want. What are you planning to do?
I am planning to do my MBA from outside and going to for a corporate life, and then suddenly obviously contribute to the growth of my state, that is Kashmir. But overall, yes, I am planning.
And you're hopeful that you will get all the opportunities in India, right?
Absolutely, if
You don't feel that, will I be discriminated against today? You are hopeful.
I am hopeful, but I am not certain. I am hopeful, but I am not certain.
What do you want to do?
I want to become a doctor.
Very good. My son is a doctor. Are you good at biology or not?
Yes, sir.
So will you do it here, or you will have to leave Kashmir to get a degree?
I'm hoping to do it here only, sir.
Yeah, what about you? What do you want to do?
I want to become an IS officer and serve our country.
Wow, what do you want to do?
I want to be a businesswoman.
You want to be a businesswoman. What business do you want to start?
A clothing brand.
Clothing brand, not bad. What do you want to do?
I want to be an engineer.
You want to be an engineer? Wow. You?
I will be moving out to complete my BB and hopefully I'll become a journalist like you.
You really want to become a journalist? Okay. Why not?
I want to become a sustainability diplomat at least, or a sustainability engineer. I'm very, very close to the Valley of Kashmir. It aches my heart when I see pollution and different climate change happening here in Kashmir.
That's right. You got to make the Dal Lake cleaner, among
Yes,
other things.
definitely.
You want to be a lawyer? What? Criminal lawyer, civil lawyer, constitutional lawyer?
I'll try to be. I'll try to do all sides of law.
Okay, you want to do all sorts of law. He might make the most money out of us as a result. What do you want to do?
A businessman.
Okay, you?
A lawyer.
You want to be a lawyer?
Pharmacist.
Pharmacist. Wow, lots of professional options, lots of dreams. So all you're asking for is give us the freedom to realize our dreams, right? And when you say that, you're also standing up to terror and violence of all kinds. Unacceptable, not in my name, right? Those who spoke out in Baisaran did not speak in the name of Muslims or Kashmiris or Indians.
They had no religion. They were inhumane.
Their
I do
religion
not-
was terror.
Yes.
Terrorism has no religion.
You're convinced about that.
Yes.
Even
Yes.
those who speak in the name of Islam are not true Muslims.
A good Muslim, or even a remotely good Muslim, or even a good human wouldn't even think twice before condemning it.
Rajdeep, there are 1.4 billion Muslim countries out there. They are living in peace. Islam is not the religion of terrorism. Islam does not teach us terrorism. Islam teaches us love, peace and harmony, and we stand by our Islam and our book, and we don't want to kill anyone and anyone.
Okay, there's somebody's clapping. I think he needs more. Zyada taaliyan chahiye, ek hi nahi. He needs. Okay, all I'm going to say is, inshallah, to what you said. I wish each and every one of you the very best. I hope you can fulfill all your dreams. Look, it's starting to rain, so even the clouds are welcoming the kind of remarks I've heard today.
I want to say one last thing,
Yes.
that we don't need more innocent blood to be spilled just to avenge some innocent blood that was spilled. It was a huge loss, terrible loss, but we are only causing more conflict by saying that war is the option. It is never an option.
You don't want war, right? Nobody wants war in here. Okay, there's a storm here in Kashmir. I'm going to then move on to go to Anantnag. Fight against terror, not in my name. Enough is enough.